everybody, today we're going to be talking about a really fun topic, and that is how to keep your sanity as a mama. This topic is so dear to my heart because it is a struggle to keep positive and calm day in and day out, not get burnt out. And so today I'm going to share some tips that I do in my life to really keep it together and try to decrease the frequency of those mommy meltdowns. These tips are extremely practical, and I hope that they are helpful to you. The first thing is keep a family calendar. Have a system in place for where all the commitments happen. If you need to remember to take out the recycling on Thursday night, that goes on the calendar. You can do a digital calendar. I personally just love our big family calendar because I'm one of those out of sight, out of mind people, and there's just too many things in this brain where if I don't see it, I'm gonna forget it. So keeping a family calendar. And with that, having systems in place that you can organize the things that you are just kind of cluttering in your brain. We have so many things, whether that's watching a webinar on a certain day or somebody needs a haircut or new shoes, having systems in place for that. I really personally like using Google Keep right now. I'm really enjoying it. And I have little notebooks for each little category that I'm trying to remember. So I have a to buy notebook, and I have a running list of things that I want to buy or will need to buy in the future. I have a grocery list on Google Keep. The reason I like doing it digitally like that is because you can access that from just about any device, any computer. So I love that. That's not me, oh, where's that notebook that I lost, or that page, what page in my planner that my toddler accidentally ripped this page out, or the dry erase and then the kid erased it, forget it. No, I love that we have a digital option like that. So that's what I'm using right now to keep those types of lists organized. Okay, number 2, simplify, 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 simplify. There's too much to think about as a mom of a large family, particularly to get over complicated. And I know some people do better with details. I'm not one of those people. So I would recommend only having 6 projects going at one time. And the way I split up my projects is projects for me, projects for my family, and projects for beyond, like beyond that circle. And if you have 2 projects in each category, that's your 6. But Lauren, I have like a million more things going on. Yes, you do, but you literally cannot do all of them at the same time. So you might as well pick which one to go first. Like, you can make a list of what's coming next. And once that is completed, you can move on to your next project, right? For me, being able to give myself permission to, hey, knock these 2 out, and then knock the next 2 out, and then knock the next 2 out, that makes me feel a lot better about focusing in on a particular thing, and then giving the next thing its time and place. Give everything its time and its place. When I was a new mom, I would run after my toddler and I would clean up after him. He'd make a mess and I'd clean up after him, and he'd make another mess and I'd clean up after him. And that just illustrates my mindset back then versus now. It's cleanup time is at 3 p.m. and it gets messy until 3 p.m. I'm not gonna, fix it before then. Now, are we teaching good routines and habits for the kids to pick up after themselves? Yes. So obviously we do want to do that throughout the day, but the big pickup, that's at 3 o'clock. And you know what? If it looks terrible before 3 o'clock, that's okay. It's okay. My third tip is to batch your contexts. So as moms, most of our projects are in the home. Most of the things we have to do are in the home, but we do have context. So we do have like our kitchen, our cooking, we have our computer time, we have our phone calls, we have conversations that we're having. So if you batch your context, your lists can be made into categories. So say I need to email somebody about a return, like we're waiting for a return. So I need to look online and deal with that. I also need to email a family member, and I want to go to a website and there's a particular article I want to read. If I have that in my list, a Google Keep list is what I do. If I have all those things in one list, then when it's computer time, because we're giving everything its time and place, right? when it is computer time, I can go down that list, say, oh, I wanted to read that article, and here's this, and I wanted to check on this, and you can just go down the list, as opposed to letting your device and or your computers run you, where they're beeping, you're getting that notification, it's like, oh, it's time for this. Did you set that, or did the computer device thing set that? So really giving everything its time and batching those contacts. Phone calls, like, I know you don't want to be on the phone all day long, but if you have a designated day, like Sunday is when I talk to family members, like extended family members, and so we can be on the phone. You can and on Tuesdays I do business calls. Like, you can get it in a place where you're batching it and you're thinking about it. You're not going to forget, oh, forgot to call the doctor and it's Saturday now and I can't call them anymore. You know, whatever the case may be, by having a designated day, that has really, really helped me stay organized and on top of those contexts. And the conversations one, this one is huge. So you have a list, a running list of conversations that you want to have with your husband, and or older children, if there's, you know, older people in the home too that you need to talk with about certain things. That has been so helpful, because how often do you come together and you just like waste time, you watch a movie, whatever, but there are actual conversations you need to be having about budget, about, you know, behavior, about health, whatever the case may be. And having that list, you can say, hey, do you have 5 minutes to talk about this? Or, hey, do you have an hour to talk about this? And then you give your spouse the option to not be so blindsided by like, blah, because it comes up as it comes up. Give everything its place. Number 4, something that really helped me was understanding the economy of our food and our finances. Now, for whatever reason, when our finances are up in the air and I don't know what our balance is in our bank account, or I don't know what's coming in, what's going out, food-wise and finances, like if I don't have a meal plan, I get stressed. I get ugly stressed. So I have found that taking time at the end of every month to really update the finances. How did we do? How can we do better? How are we going towards our goals right now? And just like recentering on that makes me feel so good. Same with food, like taking a freezer, food, pantry and fridge inventory. It's like, okay, that's where we stand. And doing that from time to time, that has just really helped my sanity. And last, this isn't really a practical thing, but it is something that I do constantly. I ask myself, what season am I in? What season of life am I in? And I remind myself, my vocation is of motherhood, but within that, what is the season of life? And is there a baby in the house? Do you have big kids? Are there teenagers? How is everybody's health? Like, what season are we in? And then are your habits, your day-to-day habits, reflecting what season you are in? And if they're not feeling guilty readjusting that. It took me a few babies to be okay with a messy house postpartum. But now it's just like, it's postpartum. And I don't care what people think. Like, I'm enjoying my baby. And we are nourishing this child and nourishing me, and, you know, spending quality time as a family. Chores are not really a huge priority right now, other than like standard like sanitary stuff. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and share this with a mama who needs a little encouragement. You guys have got this. We are all in this together. We are all doing it separately, but we are all together. And it is such a beautiful thing that we are cultivating. So God bless you, and we'll see you next time.